Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode on how Activision is failing the Call of Duty franchise. And this time, I'm actually going to be expressing my honest thoughts and opinions on the entire franchise and where I personally think this franchise is going. I made a few videos in the past expressing my thoughts and concerns, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't really heard much news about Activision ever since they were shutting down the original Warzone. Since then, I haven't really heard too much news about Activision, and I just been hearing more bad news about Supercell and how they're overly monetizing their game, but I'm going to save that topic for another day. But now I feel like this would be a perfect opportunity to, I guess, express my worries for the Call of Duty franchise. Now, personally, I stopped playing Call of Duty ever since Call of Duty Vanguard, and then ever since Modern Warfare 2 launched. I mean, back in 2022, the game was doing all right at first, but the second 2023 started, it just seemed like Modern Warfare 2's reboot has unfortunately just plummeted down the toilet. Like, ever since the start of this year, it just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse for Activision as time goes on. And as a matter of fact, there have been reports of a massive exodus going on, aka a lot of people just dropping out of Modern Warfare 2's reboot entirely and going back to the older titles, or they're just going on PC to play the modded version of Black Ops 2 Plutonium, which is the only safe way to play the golden age of Call of Duty games again. And since we're on this topic, okay, so I guess I have to talk about this for a moment. So, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, there have been reports that Black Ops Cold War is now free to play, at least on PlayStation. And there have been reports from Activision updating Black Ops Cold War and their security service for that game. And I'm going to be honest with you all, I personally reinstalled Cold War just to see how it handled. Now, of course, I did wait this problem out at first to see how other people reacted. And surprisingly, there's been a lot of positive reception, at least for Black Ops Cold War, that people are enjoying Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 2 Plutonium on PC. And those games are far better than Modern Warfare 2's reboot. And as a matter of fact, I'll even show you a little clip of me playing Black Ops Cold War just to see how the servers were handling and everything. And I just wanted to test this for myself just to see if this was true or not. So go ahead and take a look. Now, obviously, this is just one of my games from just testing out the servers just to see if it's safe or not. And I gotta say, so far, it's from my experience, it's been going pretty solid. I haven't really ran into that many hackers or cheaters. Hell, I didn't run into any of them at all, at least from my experience in testing this game. And I even played a couple matches just to see if it held up, and surprisingly, it did hold up so far. Unless, you're playing on like PC or something, then the chances of encountering those kind of people are much higher. But I mean, if you really think about it, like, we shouldn't have to wait on all these security issues at all. I mean, yeah, I'll give credit where credit's due. Activision finally somewhat pulled their head out of their butts and they actually updated the security software on one of the older titles, Black Ops Cold War, even though that game is still kind of new. But I mean, if you really think about it, like, this shouldn't be a thing. Like, we shouldn't have to wait for security updates and everything. I mean, there's been reports that this kind of problem is still pretty much persistent in Modern Warfare 2's reboot, the newest Call of Duty. And to make matters worse, the fact that more people are going back to Black Ops Cold War or Black Ops 2 Plutonium on PC. It just proves that the newest Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2's reboot, is just a pile of dog crap and it's not doing too well. And personally, I think this franchise has been off the rails for quite a long time. I mean, to be honest, I don't really play Call of Duty anymore, like I said earlier in the video. None of my friends really play Call of Duty anymore. I know the game has been getting just manhandled and just obliterated by the Call of Duty community, but I mean, Jesus Christ, the Call of Duty franchise is just a disaster right now. And as a matter of fact, it's so bad, like, the franchise is officially hit an all time low. And it's been at an all time low for quite some time now. Because another part of the reason is Activision is barely adding any content into the game, and they're more focused on trying to make Call of Duty a pay to win aspect, at least for the DMZ mode. But even then, like, people are just quite questionable about it, and people are just gonna side eye this game and be like, yeah, but is this even worth playing anymore? And to make matters even worse, there have been reports and rumors online saying that Activision is already going to be abandoning the every 2 year cycle for Call of Duty, and they're going to be working on a new Call of Duty game this year, and this was supposed to be like what, extra DLC for Modern Warfare 2 that makes it a 2 year cycle Call of Duty. But there have been rumors and reports, like I said, that Activision is already abandoning that idea and they're going to be making this supposedly rumored DLC the next Call of Duty as like a standalone title or something. But at this point, man, like, I don't care about Call of Duty anymore. Like, I don't care about playing the newer Call of Duty titles. If I want to play Call of Duty again, I'm going to be playing the older titles like Black Ops Cold War Zombies or like Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles DLC. Now, personally, the way I see Call of Duty now is the franchise is in a desperate need of change. Like, you need to listen to your community because they've been calling out this problem for a very long time, and Activision still doesn't really listen to what people want in Modern Warfare 2. They've been dying and desperate for new content for Call of Duty, and they've been asking Activision to give us some more content in Modern Warfare 2, but they just don't do it. And if they do, they're just going to be more pay to win mechanics for DMZ mode, which is kind of pathetic. And the more that you ignore your feedback back from the community and the more that you ignore the what people want, that's not going to help boost your game. That's just going to be a major decrease in your player retention rate. So, okay, so I guess I have to talk about this for a second. But speaking of like making video games, I mean the gameplay that you're seeing right now is Wargroove. This is a game made by a smaller company called Chucklefish. The amount of content that you can make in Wargroove is just mind blowing. They've given us the creative tools to where we can make our own custom campaign, our own custom multiplayer map, our custom co op map, a custom puzzle map. Like, you name it. Like, the creativity's all there. And what Chucklefish has done for Wargroove is amazing. And there have been reports of a second Wargroove in development, which is another topic for another day. But just the amount of content in Wargroove in general is just amazing. And I couldn't have been any more thankful. And unlike Call of Duty, in Wargroove, you can actually make what you want and you can share your creations with other people and people can enjoy them. Now, personally, this is going to be embarrassing of me to say, but I mean, the gameplay you're seeing right now, obviously, like I said, is Wargroove. I'm working on a custom campaign, and this has been in development for like, what, 3 months now? And if we talk about me working on like the blueprints on my Nintendo Switch and all the story expansions I have planned out, it's been in development for much longer. I would argue to say like if we include like my Nintendo Switch blueprints, it's like what, maybe a year long, 2 years at the longest. I mean, just this game lets you go like hog wild in like the creativity department. And I want to take my sweet time working on this campaign and make it as great as I can. Now, personally, I want this campaign to be awesome. I want this to be something that people that can enjoy in the Wargroove community. Unlike Call of Duty, where Activision just makes everything a pay-to-win cash cow, this game can be shared by people like me, people like you watching this video. It's just amazing to see what people can do in this game. I mean, unlike Call of Duty, at least you can actually have the will to do what you want and actually enjoy creating what you want. I mean, Call of Duty is pretty much turned into a pay to win cash cow for Activision. And unfortunately, Call of Duty is just going down this dark route that unfortunately has like a point of no return. Now, I personally think to wrap this whole video up, I personally think that this franchise is dying. And if these rumors are true that there's a new Call of Duty coming this year, then I think that's going to destroy the entire franchise outright entirely. But all we can do now is just wait and see what happens. So, with that being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. Let me know what you all think down below in the comment section. And until next time, I'm talking about my worries for the future of Call of Duty, and I'll see you all later.